when I got arrested. Oh, okay. Sorry.
What I'm going to do at this time is I'm going to deny it. I wouldn't have a problem, I don't think, in this case, granting it if I knew where he would go. I don't even have a place that I could tether him to.
Tether him to, okay. We
So
can work on
I at time, but certainly it can be raised before the court. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So do you have a place to stay?
Not at the moment. I don't have my phone on me to call anybody right now, but
So he just tells us that all of his contacts and everything is in his phone and lockup.
yeah, he took it from me when I got arrested.
Responder that he would pleading no contest to that charge, a 1-year offense. Upon his successful plea to that charge, counts 1 through 3 in this case would be dismissed. 15th District Court Case 260034, which is a trespassing case, would also be dismissed. 15th District Court Case 260048 SM would be dismissed. And count 2, 15th District Court Case 260033 would be dismissed. The defendant is also agreeing to plead to attempted resisting and obstructing in that 15th District Court case of 260033 SM. He agrees to pay restitution to be determined for all dismissed counts from the cases referenced in this document. There is also an agreement of a sentencing agreement that he will be sentenced to probation. That's the court's full understanding of his agreement.
And that is correct, Your Honor.
That is correct.
May I have him sworn?
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear and affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
State
I got as well.
for the record.
Warner Victor Ali Thomas.
Sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading no contest to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer or first responder. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and $1,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand what a no contest plea is?
Yes.
2 things about it I have to make sure that you understand. The first thing is it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. You understand that? Second thing you need to understand is that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that? You understand that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Garwood in the 15th District Court.
Yes.
Basis for the no contest plea.
Lack of memory, Your Honor.
So, sir, to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
Now, you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind. You signed an advice of rights form or had one signed on your behalf. Any questions regarding any of those rights? You understand that you're giving up all of those rights, the rights contained under paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium.
Yes.
Search our rights. You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
Doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes.
Court has been handed and has reviewed Ann Arbor Police Department report for their case number 268877. Any objection to the court reviewing that report?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Based upon a review of that report, the court does find that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of these offenses. Sir, I do have to apprise you that if between the time of my acceptance of your plea and the time of sentencing, if you commit misconduct as defined under the Michigan court rules, you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
None known to the defense, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court?
You have, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of no contest to count 4. Counts 1 through 3 are dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 15th District Court probation. Sentencing will be
April 28th at 9 a.m.
April 28, 2026, 9 a.m. before Judge Garwood.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I did want to address that if possible. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ollie Thomas is currently being held on a $100, 10% bond in this matter. I believe that was set as a nominal bond arising out of it being held in the 3-3 matter in the 15th District Court, which is to be dismissed as a result of the agreement made today. He does have housing he would be able to return to upon release, he tells me. He additionally would like to begin looking for work. So for those of you that are trying, we would reduction to a personal recognizance bond.
Any response?
If we held on cases hasn't been dismissed yet, it's not something else. It's maybe the court's discretion.
When is that case out?
It's, I already have,
I can check, Your Honor.
quorum with her yesterday. So it was,
What, did they give you a new date?
yeah, it'll be Wednesday. I'll be seeing,
This Wednesday?
I'll be seeing, for the PSI.
He indicates this Wednesday, Your Honor, but I can double check that.
Wednesday? Well, what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be Wednesday. I'm gonna sentencing to the 28th. I'll grant it. He's not gonna get out at this point, but I'll set his bond to a $5,000 personal recognizance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Record. He's up on the 15th, the RNO, but that case is not being dismissed. I think that's the case he's pleading to count on. That case will still be pending. I mean,
Right, but that's before Judge Garwood, right?
I believe
So she'll be able to make a determination, but this won't be in the way because this one's not gonna get before her until the 28th. That's why. We met.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case, People versus Michael Moore.
Morning, Your Honor, Raymond Cook, the people.
He in Zoom or is he here?
I'm sorry, he's here.
Okay. Do they have him?
God bless you.
You don't have him, that's, you got him or? Okay.
Mr. Moore. Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Moore.
Your name, sir?
Michael Spencer Moore.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we are in the process of contacting counsel for the misdemeanor matters that Mr. Moore has pending as well, in hopes of coming to a global resolution.
All right. So what do you wish me to?
We are asking for an adjournment. I thought I had done a green sheet on this matter, but I did not, Your Honor. Apologize.
Okay, this, here are the misdemeanor cases.
15th District Court.
Don't know when they're up. I mean, I can put this to the 23rd, but is
That would be fine.
able to,
Yes,
okay.
thank you.
I'll adjourn all these matters into April 23rd, 2026, 9 a.m. Hopefully we can get them moving. All right, bond will continue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Court calls case, People versus Destiny Skurlock.
Morning, Your Honor, Raymond Cook, the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Ms. Skurlock, who is present via Zoom. Ms. Skurlock, can you please state your name for the record?
Destiny Skurlock.
Thank
And
you.
Your Honor, I have reached out in terms of an offer here. I'm just waiting to hear back, so I'm just requesting a brief adjournment on this.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned April 23rd, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Bond. Thank you. Court calls case, People versus Mary Pablo Bueno.
Morning, Your Honor, Raymond.
And Assistant Public Defender Nicholas Bukovich on behalf of Ms. Mary Pablo Cabrera, who is now approaching. Once you get to the podium, please state your name for the record, Mary.
I'm Mary Grace and Pablo Cabrera.
Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, will be setting this matter for preliminary examination. To my knowledge, all discovery is complete.
All right. And people have their witnesses available the 21st.
Your best, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, April 21st, 2026. 9 a.m. That's before Judge Washington. Bond will continue. Thank
Your
you.
Honor. Let me-
Court calls case People versus Cameron Calvert.
Your Honor, reading for the people.
Carolyn Foster Tucker on behalf of Cameron Calvert.
Your name?
Emmons Trevor.
And Your Honor, we're requesting an adjournment for time for defense to review discovery.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned 30/2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. It's Court does call the case People versus Michael Payton.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jake Kennedy for the people.
Monica Glenn on behalf of Mr. Payton. Please say your name for
Your name, sir?
I'm sorry.
you say your name for the record, please.
Michael Payton.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we would like to adjourn for mitigation and investigations.
And be able to get that done by the 23rd, or did you need another week?
Please,
That wasn't a hard question.
It was. I had to think about it because I don't actually know the answer to that.
Your Honor.
The 30th? Okay.
It's being nominated. Slow reading.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, yes. Probable cause conference, April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's okay. Cannon finally gave an answer to wake up first. Court calls case People versus Robert Dolan.
The Water Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for the people.
Veronica Glenn on behalf of Mr. Dolan.
Your name, sir?
Robert Toller.
We'll get him.
Thank you.
Better change of plan.
Oh, now she's gonna be active and involved. Go ahead, what?
Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment in this matter. And we will submit the green sheet momentarily.
Probable cause conference, April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Court does call the case People versus Diego Rodon.
Jake Kennedy for the people, Your Honor.
Roy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, representing Mr. Cardone. Would you please state your name, sir?
Diego Rondon Cardone.
Cardone. Okay, right. Your Honor, we are requesting a preliminary examination in this matter.
All right. Discovery is complete.
As far as I know, Your Honor.
Go ahead, their witnesses available the 21st. Examination will be set April 21st, 2026, 9 a.m. before Judge Garwood. Bond, you open.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's call the case People versus Cuella Dunlap.
Your Honor, reading for the people.
And Assistant Public Defender, Jay Bellinger on behalf of Jakia Dunlap, who appears via Zoom. Mr. Dunlap, can you please state your name for the record? And Your
I
Honor,
got it.
an offer has been tendered as of yesterday. Just need some time to go over that with my client, discuss his options. Just requesting a 2-week adjournment.
Probable cause conference, April 23rd, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
The room isn't so joyous without you in it, Mr. Bellinger.
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
All right,
You said is the
thank you. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of People versus Jason Szymanski.
Morning, Your Honor. Raising-
And I mean, we passed that matter maybe.
Slow passion.
Yeah.
I'll pass it. Very cool. Court does call the case. Oh, you got him. Szymanski.
Pass it.
Anyway, I'll pass. Court calls the case People versus Amber Dunson.
Local Water Assistant Prosecuting Attorney to the Peoples.
Assistant Blood Defender Davi Lieb on behalf of Ms. Dunson. Ms. Dunson, could you tell the judge your name, please?
Amber Dunson.
Thank you, ma'am.
And Your Honor, Ms. Dunson is going to provide me some additional information. We're also conducting some investigations. I'd request an adjournment for that reason.
Adjourn the matter April 30th, 2026.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Bond continued. Court
Thank you,
calls the
Judge.
case versus Riley Everett.
Morning, Your Honor. Raymond Cook.
Assistant Blood Defender Davi Lieb for Mr. Everett.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Your name?
Riley Everett.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, we're still working through some discovery issues. We'd request an adjournment.
What's that mean?
Discovery that people requested from Celine related to a different incident report that sort of it happens before this incident on the same day. We're trying to get a search warrant from them as well as some additional footage in a 911 call.
Got it. Why don't I do this if we're gonna, May 7th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Linnell Wall.
Take Kennedy for the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Wall, who appears in person.
Your name, sir?
Linnell Wall.
And Your Honor,
What do we do?
I'm just requesting an adjournment on this. The mitigation and investigation referrals have been submitted from my office. It's also my understanding that we still have no discovery on this case. I have discussed that with Ms. Tanha.
Okay. Is this the only thing holding him?
Yes, Your Honor. It is. It has been charged as a life offense case, though.
Correct. April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Court calls case of the People versus Lawrence Fenderson.
The Water Assistant.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Fenderson, who appears via Zoom, Your Honor. Mr. Fenderson, can you please state your name for the record? You'll have to unmute Mr. Fenderson.
Lawrence Fenderson.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I have, our office has submitted a subpoena to the Menards involved in this case. We were told that there is video of this incident. They told us that. We are just awaiting that video. We're requesting a few weeks.
All right. I'll adjourn it to May 7th,
Thank you.
2026, 9 a.m. Bond will continue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Harold Watkins.
Your Honor, Raymond Cook for the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Watkins.
Your name, sir?
Harold Watkins.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I have reached out to prosecution in this matter. We are working on a global resolution. So I would ask for an adjournment. I would also request to address bond briefly.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned into April 23rd, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Esteban.
Esteban, Your Honor, my client has advised me that he just returned from the state of South Carolina for purposes of taking care of these matters. He was unfortunately pulled over on a simple traffic matter. I don't believe he was charged. I think he was pulled over for speeding in that matter, on his way to clear up these warrants. He advises that his cousin in South Carolina owns a security company and wants to hire him, but needs him to handle his warrants here first. If released, Your Honor, he plans to stay with his sister in Ypsilanti. He has a lot of family in the state of Michigan and in the local area. Willing to wear a GPS tether, does not plan on leaving the state as he attempts to resolve all these matters. He's willing to drug test, also comply with any other conditions as imposed by the court. So for that reason, we're asking for a PR bond.
Response.
I don't think we'll object to a change of bond at this time. Looking at the ROA, I'm seeing the defendant failed to appear all the way back in 2022. And there was also a community corrections violation report filed at that time. Been on bench warrant status for the past 3.5 years, if my math is correct on that, but my math could be wrong. I believe given that failure to appear for multiple years, he does present a flight risk, and I object to change of bond.
I would agree. When the original warrant went out, he was also had a community corrections violation at that time. So motion for bond reduction is denied. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case of the people versus Ilea. Is it Finley?
Morning, Your Honor. This is requesting permission to practice pursuant Michigan Court Rule 8120 under the supervision of the student attorney.
How is he a supervisor? Just no words, huh? Okay, so permission to practice is granted. Go ahead.
And Matt, on behalf of Mrs. Finkley, please state your name.
Aaliyah Finkley.
Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, we'd like to set this matter for exam and all discovery is complete as far as we are aware.
All right. Would you have your witnesses available the 21st? Preliminary examination will be set April 21st, 2026, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Washington.
Also, just wanted to make note on the record that we did request a 911.
Okay, all right. So no adjournment if those aren't in, but
Pardon?
no adjournment if those aren't in.
No, Your Honor.
All
I
right.
don't want to do extra talking since you just want to hear yes or no. It looks like.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
That is exactly how I feel. Kanaza, what'd you do to that baby? I know you did something. Go apologize. Yeah, all right. Court calls the case, People versus Joshua West.
Your Honor, Raymond Cook.
Assistant Public Defender, I was here. I can rule Your Honor on behalf of Mr. Joshua West. He's approaching. Mr. West, state your name for the record when you get to the podium.
Joshua West.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, we respectfully request that this matter be set for preliminary examination.
All discovery is complete.
To our knowledge, Your Honor.
People have their witnesses available the 21st.
Professor, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination, April 21st, 2023. 9 a.m. That is before Judge Garwood.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Bond continue.
Oh, Judge Esteban.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor, we are asking that the court consider giving my client a personal recognizance bond. My understanding, Your Honor, is that his bond is currently set at 5,000. Well, at 5,010%. From what we have seen, Mr. West does not have a criminal history at all, at least definitely not one in Michigan. He does report that he is looking for work currently, Your Honor. I've explained to him that he will not be able to back to the place. This is a home where he shared where the incident allegedly took place. But he understands that he won't be able to go back there. I've explained to him what a civil standby would entail, and he understands that. We're just asking that he be allowed to be.
Have a place to stay?
Not at the moment. I don't have my phone on me to call anybody right now, but
So he just tells us that all of his contacts and everything is in his phone and lockup.
yeah, he took it from me when I got arrested. When I got arrested, okay, sorry.
What I'm gonna do at this time is I'm gonna deny it. I wouldn't have a problem, I don't think, in this case, granting it if I knew where he would go. I don't even have a place that I could tether him to.
Tether him to, okay. We
So
can work on
I at time, but certainly it can be raised before the court. All right,
Thank you.
okay, thank you. So it's bond will continue.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Court calls case People versus Javon Foster.
Okay.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Foster, who appears via Zoom.
Sir,
Mr. Foster, can you state your name, please? Mr. Foster, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
we can hear you now. State your name.
Hello?
Hello? Mr. Foster, can you hear us?
Hello?
Mr. Foster.
Hello?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
State your name.
Jovan
You
Foster.
can't hear. What?
Hold on. I don't know why.
State your name.
Jovan Foster.
Thank you. All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, I have been able to review all this discovery. It appears we're just missing one piece of the evidence, so I'm asking for a 3-week adjournment so we can see about getting that.
Your Honor, this is another one of those instances where the report indicates that the officer should have it on a disc. I'm just waiting for it to get to us.
Got it. Probable cause conference, April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court does call the case People versus Kyle Zimmerman.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, representing Mr. Zimmerman.
Your name, sir?
Kyle Zimmerman.
All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I apologize for the delay.
Okay. You know, the only reason I'm willing to, because I like Miss Gaines.
No,
I like, you're okay. If it had been acting ruly, I'd be screaming.
Understood. We are asking for some additional time. We've been working on getting a mitigation report together, and Mr. Zimmerman just met with the mitigation specialist this week. So if we could have a
Life offense, okay.
a 2 or 3 week adjournment, please.
April 30th, 2026, 90. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court does call the case People versus Jason Maples. In Jane.
Your Honor, for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Maples, who appears via Zoom from the jail. Mr. Maples, can you state your name from the record when you can?
We can't force them, right?
Yes,
All right,
Jason
Mr.
Gary Maples here.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I have reached out about a resolution in this case. My understanding is that Mr. Maples is also in the 22nd Recovery Court, so I'm just seeking a couple weeks so we can see about a resolution on this matter. This is the
Got
only
it.
case holding him. He's got a $1,000 bond.
Got it. Probable cause conference will be adjourned April 23rd, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Maples.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Court calls case People versus Stefan Brooks. Bruce.
Your Honor, Raymond Cook for the people.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant. Finally found out why the case hadn't been called earlier. They thought he was in Wayne County Jail.
Got it.
We managed to get him out.
Okay. Your name, sir?
Bruce.
All right.
Granted, because we were having a little game of hide and seek with him in the Wayne County Jail, I've not had an opportunity to discuss it with him resolution. So if we can have an adjournment till April 30th, I'd appreciate it.
Probable cause conference without objection, April 30th. 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls case of the People versus Shannon French.
Assistant Public Defender, Your Honor, on behalf of Mrs. Shannon French, who's approaching. Mr. French, Shannon, state your name for the record, please.
Shannon French. How you doing, Your Honor? I'm good.
Judge, we respectfully request that this matter be set for preliminary examination.
Dropping stuff on that. You want it set for prelim?
Yes, please.
All the, no, you didn't.
No.
I thought I could make it.
Sorry about that, Judge.
Sorry about that, Judge. Yeah, do everything right up here. Okay. Your discovery is complete.
To our knowledge, Judge.
People have their witnesses available the 21st.
Don't see a reason why we wouldn't.
Preliminary examination in person, April 21st, 2026, 9 a.m. That's before Judge Washington. Last time.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Bond. Hey. So glad that's not before me. That would be a long day. Judge Washington is much more patient than I am. Court calls the case, People versus Andrea Tippins. This is brief. Okay. It's your name. We found him, Miss Tippins.
All right, thank you.
Finally located him.
That's fine.
I sent a bunch of people out to track him down. All right. Mr. Johnson, can you state your appearance, sir?
Good morning, Mayor. Please, Honorable Court. Kareem Johnson on behalf of Ms. Tippins.
Your name again, ma'am?
Andrea Tippins.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing on this?
Yeah, I'm humbly asking this court for an adjournment. I have gotten information and discovered from the prosecutor's office. I need to talk to Ms. Tippins about some things, but I would like to address her bond as well, Your Honor.
All right. Will a couple of weeks give you enough time?
Yes, Your Honor. I was hoping the court could give me the 30th.
30th? Okay. I'll do that. Probable cause, April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Okay, yes, that's the bond.
Yeah, my client is indigent. These charges are serious. However, I believe that a mental health episode may have been what was at root of this issue. I don't know what all the court saw in the request for warrant, but she was, she left the bus. She was arrested without incident. This happened on the bus. I don't believe she made contact with anybody on the bus, especially to make contact with anybody on the bus with a weapon. So we'd ask the court to consider a nominal bond, considering her indigency, the fact that mental health may have played a role in this, and the fact that I don't think that she's a flight risk, Your Honor.
Response from the people.
John, I would agree with the characterization. There's a pretty significant mental health episode, but I do have concerns for public safety. This does not appear to be the first run-in with the law, especially in an assaultive matter. I am seeing previous convictions for felonious assault as well as assault and battery. Luckily, no one in this instance was harmed. If there were some way the defendant could get treatment either in custody or with a release to treatment, I think that would prove incredibly helpful for this defendant as well as resolution of this case. But I do have concerns for the public safety, given the nature of this offense, being that the defendant essentially tried to take the necklace off of a passerby on the bus with a knife. And I'll leave it at that.
Do you receive services from CMH?
No, see, cause I don't get any service around, cause I don't know where to go to for any mental service.
Got it. Okay, so you're just not sure where to go.
Not sure. I seen some places, but I wanted to stop by, but I just thought that there was for teenagers or children only. I'm 42, and basically
you're young.
Yeah, I'm just keeping myself together, not trying to prove the fact that I can act tough, but I don't want to do anything really stupid like take a life or a little piece of jewelry. I can go out and buy myself.
Okay, listen. I'll put it out to the 30th, but if somehow we can get her, I think she wants services.
Yeah, I want
figure out where to go. Okay, so if counsel can try, I'll deny the request. I'll continue her bond at this time. But if counsel can get together and try to figure out how to get her hooked into some services, I would certainly consider some alternative in terms of incarceration, but some type of release. We just got to get her set up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So hold it. Why are you here? No, not you. You don't ever come in here. Oh. Okay. Don't get disruptive. Go ahead. All right. Court calls the case People versus Quadric Gilliam.
Prosecuting attorney for the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Nicholas Bukovich. I'm having Mr. Gilliam, who should be appearing via Zoom.
I think he is. There he is. Sir, your name?
Quadric Gilliam.
Thank you.
And I believe I did submit a green sheet, Your Honor, this morning.
30th work.
That will work for me.
I'll adjourn this matter April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. bond continued. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Court calls the case People versus Jason Szymanski.
Your Honor, being cook for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Szymanski. Would you please state your name for the record, sir?
Jason Alexander Szymanski.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we do have a green sheet. We are requesting an adjournment. We have requested some media discovery by way of our legal assistant and are awaiting receipt, and we are doing further investigation with regard to some outstanding parole issues for Mr. Szymanski.
Said parole issues.
Yes, sir.
During April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond.
I think Mr. Smith.
Court calls case People versus Dontrell Smith.
Your Honor, being cook for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Carey-Akinruli, Your Honor, on behalf of Dontrell Smith.
Mr. Smith, can you state your name?
Dontrell Smith.
Thank you. What are we doing?
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for a comp.
Yes.
Yes. We have received the competency report from Mr. Smith. We have reviewed it, Your Honor, and we do not have any objections to the report. Have you seen it? Do you have it?
And Your Honor, I received, the report looks like we received on April 6th. I would have no objection to the court reviewing that report and all other evidence.
Is it dated April 6th or you received it?
We received it April 6th. The date is March 20th.
It's the same report that I have.
Well, that's great. Everybody's got one but me.
Oh.
I can forward a copy to the court, print one off if the court needs.
Yes, if I, does anybody? I don't, yeah, I don't have it.
Okay.
I'll forward that to Ms. Whiteman right now.
Okay. I didn't say anything. Because every time I yell about somebody and a mispronunciation of your name, you get after me.
At 1:30.
All right. Mr. Smith, I should be able to get through that report rather quickly when they get it. So just hold on a second, Mr. Smith. We'll recall your case in a minute. Okay.
That was just sent over.
All right. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Sincere Godwin.
Public Defender Chinazi Carey-Akinruli, on behalf of Mr. Sincere Godwin, who isn't here. State your name for the record, Mr. Godwin.
Sincere Godwin.
Judge, we're asking that this matter be set for preliminary examination.
Both cases.
Yes, both cases,
Discovery's late.
to our knowledge.
And people have their witnesses available on the 21st. Preliminary examination in person, April 21st, 2026, 9 a.m. before Judge Garwood on both matters.
Okay.
We'll continue. Thank you. Court does call the case People versus Darius Grady.
People, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Grady, who appears via Zoom. Mr. Grady, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Darius Grady.
Thank you. And Your Honor,
Nice
an offer.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Never mind.
Sorry, Your Honor. An offer has been tendered on this matter. I am just working with prosecution to work out some of the minor details on that, so we would just be asking for a few weeks.
Probable cause conference, April 23rd, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Just look at this. But recalls the case of the People versus Dontrell Smith.
Morning again, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the People.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Carey-Akinruli, on behalf of Mr. Dontrell.
Smith is still present. All right, I've gotten a copy of the report. I've read it. Any additional evidence from either side?
Nothing from the people.
Nothing from defense, Judge.
This time I would on the evidence before we but competence trial at this time, but likely to attain competency through a prescribed course of treatment. And so I will, when I get a copy of an order, I'll
Yes.
sign that order. I'll set a competency review hearing for 90.
Okay.
July 9th, 2026, 9 a.m. bond continued.
Thank you, Judge. I'll get that order over to you right now.
Thank you. Court does call the case of the people versus Stefan Wainwright.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Wainwright.
Stephanie Can on behalf of Mr. Wainwright. Your Honor, there has been a finding of competency in this case. I am not going to stipulate to it.
Or not?
No, Your Honor. It says, however, he declined to proceed evaluation, stating that he had already resolved the cases and was awaiting release from jail. None of that is correct. None of that is correct. He has not resolved any of his cases. This would be page 3, the first paragraph.
Okay.
He actually did not participate in the interview. He stated he understood who she was and apparently turned around and faced the door until somebody came and got him. And so he or she used previous information to say he's competent, and yet he thinks the cases have been resolved. How can my client help me?
Well, I don't know.
This
So
with that
what do you
finding?
for me to do
Your Honor, I'm going to ask.
for a competency hearing, but
Your Honor, yeah, we can set it for an actual hearing regarding the matter of competency. I'm going to see if I can work with my office, maybe getting a second opinion. It baffles me that they were able to find him competent. When I met with him yesterday, he came in, looked at and stared at the metal table while I talked. And then that was it.
how much time would it take you to get that? I have orders for competency, but I've already signed those and they've already issued their opinion, so.
Your Honor, I'm going to see if I can get a second opinion on the matter. I will file the paperwork today.
All right. So how much time do you think?
It'll probably take a week, maybe 10 days to get the approval, at which point we will submit the information to the court so that we can get it to our.
Well, why don't I do this? Give me a date.
Is it beginning of June? June 4th.
All right. I'll set this for June 4th, 2026, 9 a.m. If it looks like it will not be done, then that's for a contested competency hearing.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's that. Court calls case people versus Yate Greer.
Morning, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Good morning.
Anna Mackey on behalf of Mrs. Greer.
Greer, can you state your name, please?
Zaya Greer.
What are we doing?
Your Honor, we'd like to adjourn this matter. We're
Pardon?
still waiting for discovery.
Adjourn it?
Yes.
Do I get a green sheet or no?
Well, Miss Gaines was supposed to fill them out, and
Miss Gaines,
I've seen you wait.
do not try to throw her under the bus.
So I was hoping
This is all your fault. Miss Gaines would never forget.
just a few cases earlier, you waived her green. So I was hoping you could do this.
I was waiting for a green sheet from Miss Gaines, right? Yeah. Okay. We'll adjourn. How much time did she need?
We're just waiting for some discovery, Your Honor. So 2 weeks should be fine.
And Your Honor, I did reach out for that discovery actually back in March for the sheriff's office. I still haven't gotten any response from them. Yeah, I'm going to continue to reach out to them. I don't know how long it take them to get back to me on that.
Okay, so let me do April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. at this point.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. All right, thank you, Ms. Greer.
Thank you.
Here.
Court calls case People versus Mohammed Haji Jilani.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Galani, who appears via Zoom. Mr. Galani, can you please state your name for the record?
Mohammed Jalani, Your Honor.
All right, hello, sir.
How you doing?
All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we are just asking to set this matter for a preliminary examination. All discovery is complete to the best of my knowledge.
Preliminaries. And would people have their witnesses available the 21st?
Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, April 21st, 2026. 9 a.m. before Judge Washington.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hope you have a good day.
Thank you, sir. You do the same. Court calls case versus Nicholas Harding.
Jacob Kennedy for the people, Your Honor. And Assistant Public Defendant Nick Buckovich on behalf of Mr. Harding, who is now approaching.
Her name? Nicholas Harding.
Yeah, and I do have a paperwork for Plea. Sorry, I was unable to get this in prior to this morning.
Let's just do this now. Why am I just getting it? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. You're good. Buckovich? Whose fault is it that I'm just getting this?
To Mr. Buckovich's credit, he really did wear me down this morning, so.
Yes.
Why are you trying to save everybody? Everybody, you know what? Fine.
And I wasn't going to throw anyone under the bus, so.
You will when those tired threads go over you. But all right. So what I have here is I have a plea form that indicates that the defendant will be pleading guilty to 2 charges, which is the stated count 2 of domestic violence, the 93-day offense, and to count 5 of attempted resisting and obstructing the 1-year offense. Upon a successful plea to counts 2 and 5, counts 1, 3, and 4 would be dismissed. The defendant is agreeing to continue mental health treatment as recommended by his mental health professionals. There's also an agreement between prosecutor and defendant. Prosecutor will recommend the DV plea placed under 7694A, and that the attempted resisting and obstruction be a prosecutor's deferred sentence. That's the court's full understanding.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
May I have the defendant sworn?
Right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help God?
I do.
Lower your hand. State your first and last name for the record, please.
Nicholas Harding.
All right, sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead to 2 misdemeanor charges. Is that your understanding?
That's correct.
First of all, this court's understanding you're going to plead to the charge of domestic violence. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court cost. Do you understand that?
I do.
All right. And also that you're going to plead to an added count 5 of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer or first responder. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, a $1,000 fine plus court cost. Do you understand that?
I understand.
All right. You understand also, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge in this case, and you would be sentenced before Judge Perry in the 15th District Court.
Yes, I understand.
Still wish to plead guilty?
I do.
To the charge of domestic violence, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form?
I did.
Any question regarding those rights?
No, sir.
Please look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on them.
I do.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
I do.
Are you on probation or parole?
Probation.
All right. Were you on probation at the time of this offense? All right. You understand that your entry of a plea in this case could be a violation of that probation. You understand that as such, that court could sentence you to the maximum allowable under those other charges. And understanding that, do you still wish to plead guilty to these charges?
I do.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today to get?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily
I am.
of your own free will? And because you believe that you are indeed guilty of these offenses?
Yes.
On the date of November 4th, 2025, at the location of 1501 Briarwood Circle, City of Ann Arbor, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, what'd you do involving a Joe Y. Kwan that makes you think that you're guilty?
I made a threat while I made a pretty alarming threat to the individual under question.
All right. And this individual, and it would cause them to have fear that you would do something.
I'm sorry.
It would cause you to.
Them to believe that you would do something to them.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's
All right. And this individual you had a dating relationship with?
yes,
All right. And did the police arrive at some point?
they did.
All right. And so you came into contact with Ann Arbor Police?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened?
It was under my assumption we were asked to leave the property and
Leave
mm,
Howard Cooper?
I'm sorry.
You were asked to leave the property.
Yep.
Okay.
And after some time, I was not well mentally at
Right.
that moment.
But what happened with the police?
Um,
When they were trying to take you into custody after you were arrested, did you attempt to pull away from the police
yes,
officers?
I did.
Okay. So you knew that they were trying to arrest you and you attempted to pull away.
Pull away.
And move away from
Yeah.
Instructive they were trying to do.
Mhm.
All right. Sir, I do have to advise you that if between the time I accept your plea and the time of your sentence, you commit misconduct as defined by the Michigan court rules, that you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. Understand?
I understand.
All right, counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
Okay, thank you.
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court?
If we're satisfied, Your Honor.
The defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to counts 2 and 5. Counts 1, 3, and 4 are dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 15 court probation. Sentencing will be
April 29th at 8:30.
April 29, 2026, 8:30. That's before Judge Perry. Bond with its conditions will continue.
As you may address one bond condition, Your Honor.
One,
Yes.
issue a bond
Yes.
after you give me sheets late and everything? Sure, go ahead, Buckovich.
Yeah, Honor, my client would be asking for the consideration of removal of the tether. He has been on that tether since November without any other issues. He has been doing great work as it relates to his mental health treatment. That was a big consideration on why this offer was extended by the prosecution, the excellent mitigation report written by my mitigation team. So I would just ask for the consideration of the removal of the tether because it is, he has been complying on it since he's been placed on it and it is producing a financial burden. I do understand if you want to leave that decision for the sentencing judge, and I did discuss that with my client.
Your Honor, Mr. Buckovich is absolutely correct that was something, that how well Mr. Argan has been doing in the process of this case is definitely something that we considered when making this offer. Your Honor is more than well aware that Mr. Argan has come to every proceeding, has been respectful, has done just about everything. I would defer to the court in this decision. I think there is a defendant.
I'll grant the request. And that the tether may be removed.
You're welcome. Thank you. Your Honor.
Oh, you don't have to thank me. I'm talking to. So we'll release it. All right. We'll contact him. And so when you leave here, you can go over there and
To
Community
instructions and give it back to him.
okay. Thank you
All right.
so much.
Tell him Mr. Buckovich said, here, take this thing.
Do I need any?
Yeah, get real nasty with it, okay? No, you don't that.
The last time I was there, someone was in a similar situation, and do I have to have a piece of like paperwork or
It's a paper to do it. We're sending it over now.
So the court's sending it over to
We're
Recording.
emailing them.
Oh, okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
Okay.
They won't take it off. It's Bukovich's fault.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, for the was fine.
It was your fault. I figured as much.
It's hard for me.
Haven't we all thought that? Court calls the case. People versus Devon Gibson.
Your Honor.
Carolyn Foster Tucker on behalf of Devin Gibson. I've been informed of that. I was just going to ask for an adjournment for time for defense to continue its investigation.
I'll adjourn it out to May 7th, 2026, and then Ron continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Oh, that's good too. Court does call the case. People versus Robin Hardy.
Another overwater assistant investigator.
And Assistant Public Defender Nicholas Bukovich, I have Ms. Hardy, who should be appearing via Zoom.
Hey, can you state your name, please?
Robin Hardy, good morning.
Good morning.
I could
requesting
barely hear y'all. Can y'all hear me good?
We can hear you.
Okay.
You can't hear me?
I could hear you. It's just, like the whole time, it was kind of up, but like the volume went down, but I can hear you.
Okay. What are you doing?
At this time, I'll be requesting an adjournment. We're doing a little bit of an investigation to this matter, and I was put in an investigation request.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m.
April 30th at 9 a.m.
Yes. Talk to your attorney as to what time block you're in, but it's April 30th.
Okay, thank you.
All right, fine. We'll continue. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case. People versus Robert Harris.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Harris. Your Honor, I was hoping Mr. Harris would be on Zoom. I did send him that information. I had contact with him as late as yesterday. To the best of my knowledge, he has not missed a court date. So, I mean, I would be asking for an adjournment.
Oh, so that's the standard if they don't miss? I don't really?
I think it may have just been a
misunderstanding.
I think it may have just been a misunderstanding, Your Honor.
You think? You know, I thought it was going to be perfect for Bellinger since he wasn't in the building.
I normally try to get 100% of them there, Your Honor. That's more than
I know
half
you
the battle.
do. Bench warrant, 10,000 cash surety. What I will do for you, sir, is I won't issue that warrant until the 13th.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Court does call the case. People versus Brandy Hickman.
Your Honor, Raymond Cook for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Donald Lee on behalf of Ms. Hickman. Ms. Hickman, can you tell the judge your name, please?
Randy Hickman.
Right, take your hands out of your pockets.
And Your Honor, we would like to set this matter for preliminary examination.
I don't need this green sheet. You're just.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, what?
Yes, Your Honor, you may disregard the green sheet. Thank you.
Is discovery complete?
It is.
People have their witnesses available the 21st.
Your best, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, April 21st, 2026, 9 a.m. before Judge Garwood. No, Kaiser, so
Okay, so it's perfect.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn the probable cause conference out. I'm going to give a date of May 7th, 2026, 9 a.m. All right. You got that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. Do I just, when I get out of here, just show up to court?
That's it. That's what I'm trying to do so that you'll get out of there and then you got to come down here. So I'm trying to give enough time for that to happen. And then I'm going to reduce his bond. I'm going to make his bond $1,000 personal recognizance even at this time.
Perfect. I appreciate that, Your Honor.
And then that way this case won't hold you at all. And then you can, once you're out there, you can get out and then get down here. Okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You better make sure you show up.
You said May 6th, which day?
What?
I'm gonna
What'd
be
you
there.
say?
What day
May
is
7th.
it again?
May 7th. See, you were gonna mess it up.
No. That's my mother's birthday.
This is
so
why
I'll be there.
This is why I don't do nice things. All right.
Mr. Lovelace, when you get
All right,
out,
thank
you
you,
get
Your
to
Honor.
a Washington County Public Defender's Office and make sure we have updated contact information for you, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Michael Bedolla.
Kennedy for the people, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Samuel Bennett, praying on behalf of Michael Bedolla, who appears via Zoom. We waive our in-person appearance and have no objection to Zoom today, Your Honor. Mr. Bedolla, can you state your name for the judge, please?
Michael Bedolla.
Thank you.
Thank you. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are waiving the preliminary exam today, and Mr. Bedolla is ready for you to voir dire him on the waiver.
All right. Mr. Bedolla, you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that that's a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you'll not have that hearing. You'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. People also waive their right.
Yes, sure. Thanks.
Preliminary examination, heavyweight weight defendants bound over to circuit court on a single count.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Counsel, you waive formal reading and standing mute. You stand mute to the charges.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for June 3rd, 2026, 1:30 before Judge Conlon.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond
Have a great day.
continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy, as well. Bye-bye.
Take care.
They need to sign. Court calls case, People versus Christopher Johnson.
This is motion for the people, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ivan Land, P65879, appearing on behalf of Mr. Christopher Johnson, who stands to my right. Please state your full name for the judge.
Christopher Johnson.
Thank you. All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, I believe the people are trying to figure out some things, and we went discussing an adjournment of this PCC.
Yes. I joined your request. We still have a few things.
All right. Probable cause conference. Will April 30th work for you, Jones?
It will, Your Honor.
April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m.
All right. Thank you. Always a pleasure, Your Honor.
Bond continued. Thank you.
Your Honor, did you say 9 a.m.?
I said everything for 9 a.m.
Okay.
What will happen is you'll get a sheet that will explain which block you're in. It's
Gotcha.
through the afternoon.
I remember that. Thanks so much, Your Honor. Take care.
Court calls case, People versus Tajon West.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
And good afternoon, Robin McCoy, P63057, on behalf of Mr. Tajon West, who is approaching.
Tajon West. You want to spit out that gum?
I know you're going in.
Sorry about that, young. All right. What are we doing?
It's set for PCC, but we've had discussions of, we want to adjourn this out to look into some other issues.
Without objection, probable cause conference will be adjourned April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
All right. Your Honor. Thank you.
Court calls case People versus Galen Johnson.
As adults with people. This piece.
Somehow with defendants and Mazi Carey, I can really, Your Honor, on behalf of, but not with Mr. Jalen Johnson, Judge. Your Honor, I am asking for an adjournment.
Like Bellinger.
I need to be more like Bellinger.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Your Honor, I have not been able to make contact with Mr. Johnson, but it's because he's deployed. We did have good contact information for him, but now it seems like that number is not in service. So I just
Wait.
yes.
That's my understanding as well, Your Honor. I reviewed the notes in the file. I think the court previously gave him Zoom permission because he had been deployed to Germany. And the court had let him appear via Zoom. I have no objection to an adjournment to try to reattempt contact with him. And I'm hopeful that we'll be able to resolve this case.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, if he's deployed, I'm certainly not issuing a bench warrant. So
Thank you.
I will adjourn probable cause. This is May 7th.
Okay.
2026, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Maisha Jones.
Assistant Public Defender Daffy Leba for Ms. Jones.
You know where she is?
I know where I expected her to be. If could we pass this matter?
You know what? We will. Is she here or no?
Not to my knowledge, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
I would like the opportunity to give her a call if possible.
You want to give her a call? That's on the phone that rang the last time you were in here?
Different phone, Your Honor.
You know what, Lebo? I don't know why I'm doing this. Go call. Go call.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I greatly appreciate it.
Never again. That's doing it again. Court calls the case People versus Cecil Levine.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Levine, who appears via Zoom. Mr. Levine, can you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Cecil Levine.
And Your Honor, I am just asking for an adjournment at this time. I have asked for consideration on an offer. So just seeking a 2-week adjournment on this and also requesting to address bond for modification purposes.
I'll adjourn this to April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. As to bond.
As to bond, Your Honor, I did send a couple pieces of information to the court last evening that you should have in your file. I had spoken with my client. He is homeless at this point, Your Honor, but he's still paying the mortgage at his house. He is trying to figure out a way to get the tether off his leg for purposes of being able to do one or the other. Money is tight for him. He's been on tether for a little while now with no violations. He's paying a lot of money, given that he is, again, paying his mortgage and for a hotel room at this time. He also, Your Honor, has informed me that he has a pancreatic mass. I have sent paperwork to the court. He was just informed that that's stage 2 pancreatic cancer. He is going to be having several medical appointments lined up here, including MRIs, for which hospitals generally will not give an MRI with a tether on his leg. Unfortunately, his mother recently passed in December 23rd of this same thing last year. So he is hopeful, given the amount of medical appointments that he's going to have as he starts chemo, that you'll grant him the ability to be off the GPS tether.
Respond.
Your Honor, I would object to the tether being removed in its entirety. This is a third matter with what I would consider concerning facts in which the defendant was intoxicated, yelling at the victim, saying, "I hate you, bitch. I want to kill you," grabbing the victim when the victim's daughter was present. I have, of course, no qualm with the tether being removed for the purposes of medical treatment. I know that your court is abundantly aware. I've had several cases before this court where Your Honor has signed many a stip for medical treatment. And certainly a tether by no means be going into an MRI machine. I don't think it's possible. But I would have concern about the tether being removed in its entirety, but would more than happily stipulate to tether removal for purposes of medical treatment.
He doesn't have that currently scheduled, does he?
Not that I am aware of, Your Honor. Those are appointments that he still needs to schedule at this time. He has obviously been to the hospital for the diagnoses, though, as you can see.
Right. I can see that. So here's what I'm going to do. At this point, I'm going to deny the request, but I would expect that counsel would work by way of stipulation once the appointments are known for the removal and then maybe the placement back, but within reason of got 2 appointments in a week. I don't want Monday to Thursday. I don't want him to have to remove it, then put it back on, then remove it again for Thursday. So just some reasonableness of how we do this. Okay.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You. Court calls the case People versus July Allen.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Charlotte Steffen on behalf of Ms. Allen.
Hello, your name?
Jayla Allen.
Last time too. Anyway, all right. I have before me a plea form. Is that what we're doing today?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. The plea form indicates that she's going to be pleading to 4 counts, as I see.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Count 2 of reckless use of a firearm, the 90-day. Count 3, operating while intoxicated, the 93-day offense. Count 4, carrying concealed while under the influence, the 93-day offense. And then the open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, the 90-day offense. Upon her successful plea to all of those counts, count 1 would be dismissed. There is sentence agreement of probation not less than 18 months in this case. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement, except that I'm assuming her plea is of guilty to these charges.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Your Honor must be understanding as well.
I'll just mark the guilty box. May I have her sworn?
You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
State your first and last name for the record, please.
Jayla Allen.
Ma'am, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to 4 misdemeanor offenses. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
All right. First of all, it's this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to count 2 of reckless use of a firearm. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, $500 fine plus court. Understand that? Then that also count 3, you'd be pleading to the charge of operating while intoxicated. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to a $500 fine plus court cost. The court could order community service and any rehabilitative services the court deems necessary. Court could order your vehicle immobilized, could order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as costs of any emergency governmental services. You understand that?
Yes.
Right. Count 4, the carrying a concealed weapon under the influence is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
And then open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, that's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that? You understand also that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Washington in the 14B District Court. All right. Still wish to plead guilty to these charges? To the charge of reckless use of a firearm, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of operating while intoxicated, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of carrying a concealed weapon under the influence, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct? So,
Yes.
do you have any question regarding any of those rights? Please look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights, which are part of the trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you complete? Anybody threaten you or coerce you in any way? You're doing this voluntarily of your own free will and because you believe that you are indeed guilty of these offenses? On the date of November 2nd, 2025, at the location of I-94 near South Huron Street, Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, did you consume intoxicating liquor?
Yes.
What'd you have and how much?
Had some cut waters.
Pardon?
Cut waters?
Hot water.
Yeah.
I'm old.
It's okay. You don't want them.
What is that?
It's like a little can, and they come in like different flavors. Lime, mango, pineapple.
Oh, like foo-foo drinks.
Yeah. They're really strong.
Okay. All right. So how many of those did you have?
3?
3? Were you stopped by the police?
No.
Was there an
There was
accident?
a crash, Your Honor.
Yeah.
What happened with the crash?
I was pulling out of my neighborhood and I had a incident with my ex-boyfriend, and a family member picked him up, and I was intoxicated, so I really don't remember too much. But all I know is I was pulling out and I got hit.
Okay.
And so I was driving to my home and my car was overheating, so I pulled over.
Did the police arrive at the scene?
Like when I pulled over?
Well, you get into an accident. Did you stay with your vehicle and then the police came?
No.
Okay, what happened?
I was, but like I wasn't like where the accident happened.
Did you continue driving after the
Yeah,
crash?
yeah.
But then you later on were still in your car when and the police came.
Yeah.
Okay. And were you ultimately arrested?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Were you taken to the hospital for a blood draw?
Yes.
And what were the results of the blood draw?
Was it 0.16?
The lab report's 0.166.
We would stipulate for purpose of the plea, Your Honor.
So you have no reason to dispute those results. Is that correct, ma'am?
No.
And did you have a firearm in your possession?
Yes.
Okay. And were you carrying that firearm concealed while you were intoxicated? Where'd you have the weapon?
I think it was under my seat.
So it was in your car?
Yeah.
In the car that you were driving?
Yes.
While you were intoxicated?
Yes.
You would admit that that is a carrying it concealed.
Yes.
All right. And you were intoxicated at the time. Did you at any point use that firearm?
Yes.
What'd you do when you used the firearm?
Shot the windshield? Yeah, I just shot the windshield.
You shot the windshield
Yes.
of your car? All right, it's not part of the plea, but for God's sakes, why?
I was having a domestic dispute.
¿Puedo hablar
Okay.
con la abogada que tengo?
You're having it, so you shot your windshield.
Yeah, because I was scared that he was gonna come back. So I wanted to see if it would work.
You put the gun?
Yeah,
It did.
it did.
Yeah, yeah. So messed up the windshield, I bet.
Yes.
Did you have intoxicants in your motor vehicle?
Yes.
What'd you have?
It was like hot water, and then I can't remember. It was like a liquor bottle under my passenger seat.
Okay, and that had alcohol in it?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't drink that night. So when I went to go pick up my car the next day from the impound, I seen it on the seat, but it was empty, so I don't know if it had liquor or they emptied it.
¿Puedo hablar con mi abogada?
But the can that you had alcohol in
Yes.
it?
Mhm.
Okay, and that was yours?
Yes.
That's what you were drinking then?
Yes.
All right. And if I accept your plea, I need you to understand if you commit misconduct between the time I accept your plea and the time of sentencing, that misconduct is defined under the Michigan court rules, you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. You understand that?
Yes.
Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's guilty pleas to counts 2, 3, 4, and 5. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 14B probation. Sentencing will be
May 14th at 10 a.m.
May 14th, 2026, 10 a.m. before Judge Washington. Bond will
Your Honor, may we address one bond condition? When we were here last, Your Honor, we asked if you would consider letting her off of the Silver Link and doing the random urine screens, and said it was a financial issue. You sort of, I guess we discussed revisiting that issue today. She's been doing great on the Silver Link. She hasn't had any violations. So we were asking if you would consider doing that.
people have a position on that.
I think to the court.
I will release her from the Silver Link. We'll put her on random urine screen. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. Court calls the case People versus Khalid Mahmood.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Mahmood, who appears via Zoom. Can you please state your name for the record, sir?
Khalid Mahmood.
And Your Honor, I am just asking to adjourn for purposes of negotiations. My understanding is that media discovery was sent to us. However, that's not been uploaded on our side yet, so I'll just need time to review.
All right. I'll adjourn matter to May 7th. These matters to May 7th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Court calls the case People versus Ramon McCarthy.
Joy Gaines, Senior Public Defender, representing the party.
Like it's a late thing over there. Here.
Mr. McCarthy is supposed to be appearing by Zoom today. Mr. McCarthy, are you present?
He's not here.
We were also unable to reach McCarthy, so at this time, we would ask for an adjournment in order to speak with him.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond is set in the amount of $10,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately. Thank you. Court calls case People versus Deshaun McFarland.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, representing Mr. McFarland. Mr. McFarland is to appear by Zoom. Mr. McFarland, are you on Zoom? If so, would you please state your name?
Mr. McFarland, you'll need to unmute and turn on your camera.
Hi, this is Deshaun McFarland.
All right, here.
Your Honor. We are in the midst of negotiations. We are requesting an adjournment.
April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Court calls case, People versus Taisha Morgan.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
This is the public defendant, Arbitrary Act, Your Honor, on behalf of Taisha Morgan, who is on Zoom, Judge. Ms. Morgan.
Thought if you said
for
it
the record.
enough, she'd appear. Really?
Taisha Morgan.
It worked.
Hello, Miss Morgan. All right. Where do we-
Judge, you're asking for an adjournment today. We need to establish contact with Ms. Morgan. So if I can. Gotta write up one. If I can, court could provide her with the public defender's office's telephone number and have her ready for call. I'll just ask for the next.
Morgan,
Yes.
need to contact the public defender's office. Do you have their number?
Yes. I contacted them already.
When did you do that?
They emailed me to update my contact information.
Yeah, and we called the new number and it wasn't working. So we just need to get in.
Hear that? They called the new number and it didn't work.
It worked now. Call it again. It should be working now.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a call later, okay? But
Okay.
I'm glad we can respond via email, so we'll get it figured out, Judge.
Okay.
Council approach.
Yes, Judge.
Will be adjourned to April 23rd, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Justin Mosier.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Moser.
Your name, sir?
Justin Moser.
Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment in order to secure the body worn camera as well as to do some mitigation work. So perhaps 2 or 3 weeks.
All right. April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Jessica Overbay.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, representing Miss Overbay, who is to appear by Zoom today. Miss Overbay, would you please state your name? Your Honor, I did attempt to reach Miss Overbay. I know I want to say last week, Miss Anderson spoke with her and.
Helena Anderson?
Yes, sir.
That might be the problem. I'm just thinking.
So I would ask for an adjournment, but I have no explanation for that.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond is set in the amount of $10,000 cash surety. Warrant issues immediately.
Thank you.
Court calls case, People versus Patricia Pacheco.
Assistant Public Defender, trying to carry out the rules on Pacheco, who's approaching. Ms. Pacheco, state your name for the record. Patricia Pacheco. Pacheco.
Hold on a minute. Ms. Glenn, I gave you permission to practice, so how come you don't sit up with the other attorney? Did they tell you you can't? Did they tell you can't do that? Huh? Why do you always sit back there?
I did not tell her that. It's a hazing ritual, Judge.
Is that what? Okay, now I'm ready. Your name, ma'am?
Patricia Pacheco.
Thank you.
Judge, you're asking for an adjournment. Do you want to put together some mitigation information for Ms. Pacheco?
Well, 3 weeks work for you? Or you need more?
I think we can start with 3 weeks, Judge.
Whoa, what's that mean? I said, is 3 weeks, will that work for you? And you said, I think we can start for 3 weeks. Really tells me you need more than 3 weeks.
We may need more than 3 weeks.
And then why didn't you just say that?
Beggars can't be choosy, Judge. We take what you give us.
That's true. I'll adjourn it to May 7th.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, bond continued. Thank you, ma'am. Fine.
So how do I?
Fine. Court calls case, People versus Brandon Peer. Pardon?
It is an arraignment, Your Honor.
It is. Is. William Kate defendant failed to appear. Leave warrant outstanding.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case, People versus Renee Schimmel.
Assistant Public Defender, Chinazi Terry Kimberly, Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Renee Schmel, who's approaching. Ms. Schmel, right? Renee Schmel. Schmel. Your Honor, we're asking for an adjournment in this matter. Ms. Schmel brought over some hefty documentation that we need to review to prepare for her case.
April 3rd, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
People, thank you, Your Honor. Okay. Thanks, Judge.
Court calls the case, People versus Hasnan Wasim.
Jenny Kennedy for the people here, right?
And Assistant Public Defender Nicholas Bakovich from Mr. Wasim. Can you please state your name for the record?
Hasnan Wasim.
Okay. All right, what are we doing?
I would just be asking for a brief adjournment. I have a green sheet prepared.
April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Get that done before you conclude.
Court calls the case, People versus Aaron Washington.
People.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Washington, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Washington. Aaron Washington, you need to unmute. Good job, Bellinger.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Well, they're here. I'll pass it. Maybe you can get through to them.
I will certainly attempt to.
It's okay. They're probably with Lebo's client. Court calls the case, People versus Adam Watkins.
Assistant Public Defender Davy Lebo for Mr. Watkins. I would, for the record, request an adjournment. However, I've not been able to reach Mr. Watkins. The number I have is disconnected and the email I have is undeliverable.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond 10,000, cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus George White.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. White. Mr. White, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, George White.
And Your Honor, I unfortunately was not able to get in contact with Mr. White to have meaningful discussions with regard to his case, so I am just asking for a short adjournment to be able to do that.
April 30th,
Thank you very much.
2026, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Tony Wood.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Woods, who is present via Zoom. Mr. Woods, can you please state your name for the record?
Tony Woods.
And Your Honor, I am just seeking an adjournment for purposes of my client receiving discovery from our office and reviewing that on his own. He has been in the hospital for some time and has been unable to do that at this up to this point.
Probable cause conference, May 7th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oops. Court calls case, People versus Maisha Jones.
Assistant Public Defender Don, leave before Maisha Jones, who I believe is here now. Is Joan? Your Honor,
Where's she supposed to be?
I did speak to her. She told me that she was on the bus and the bus is running about 15 minutes.
Oh, no, not a bus story. We're not doing the bus thing again. What? I know, but oh, Dobby.
If the court would consider passing it to the end of the docket, just in case she is in fact on a bus, I would greatly appreciate that. I certainly understand if that cannot happen.
Where is she taking the bus from?
That I did not ask. Thank you, Your Honor.
Acid. Court calls the case, People versus Aaron Washington.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the People.
And Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington, can you please state your name for the record?
Aaron Washington.
And Your
Good
Honor,
afternoon.
Your Honor, I am just seeking a short adjournment on this matter. Mr. Washington has a matter set for trial in the circuit court, for which his final pretrial is April 28th, and I'm trying to work out a global resolution for both.
So if I gave you the 30th, would that be enough time for you to?
I think if we don't have it figured out by then, Your Honor, we're not going to, so I think that would be fine.
Got it. All right. I'll adjourn it to April 30th. 9
Thank you.
a.m. Bond continued. Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Latanya Link.
People.
Veronica Glenn on behalf of Ms. Link.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Latanya Link.
All right. What are we doing on this?
We would like to set this matter for a preliminary exam,
All discovery is complete.
best of my knowledge.
And would people have their witnesses available the 21st? All right. Preliminary examination will be set April 21st, 2026, 9 a.m. That is in person before Judge Washington.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Reginald Tucson. Don't go too far. You.
Veronica Glenn on behalf of Mr. Tucson.
Good morning. Morning. Your name?
Reginald Matthew Tucson.
Thank you. What are we doing on this?
Yeah, we would like to adjourn this matter, but we also would like to file when appropriate.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned April 30th, 2026, 9 a.m. Esteban.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Tucson we're asking for a bond modification to his PR bond. If the court could release his $100 back to him because he's currently homeless, standing in a shelter right now. Does not live here. He lives in Alabama. Right now, he's not we don't consider him a threat to society. These charges are 4 years old, and he showed up today. He's not on the tether, so that shows that he will continue to show up for court. Oh, and he came from Alabama to turn himself in as well.
You did?
Yes, Your Honor. And what it was when I think I was in front of you, you wanted to give me a PR, but I said
I wouldn't.
$100 bond because I don't want to miss my court date. So I ended up reprimanded to the county over the weekend.
That doesn't sound like something I do.
Or maybe it was the other.
I probably was somebody else.
I knew I had to see you.
I don't think he'd have to go downtown Ann Arbor to get the money back. Know that if that happens. And he doesn't get 100.
10%. I know.
Yeah, we take a 10%.
I understand, sir.
It's a biblical thing.
What? No, it took 10%. I didn't know that.
Fees cost.
We don't really take it. That's kind of harsh.
Right. It's a thing.
We're taking. That's a service fee.
Yes.
Yes, I began to come up with it. Yes. All right. Well, what? Otherwise, he doesn't have any money.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. And this would really help him out.
I usually don't. All right. I'll set his bond at a $5,000 personal cognizance in order that the bond that was posted be returned to the defendant. Yeah, if you don't show up, I know my way around Alabama. I'll come and find you. Hear me?
I hear you, Your Honor.
Oh,
See. All right, sir. Yes. Before you leave, you'll need to see my staff. Okay, because otherwise, just about how to get your money back.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. Thank you.
May I swear in, Miss Maggie?
In this courtroom moment, the judge handles a plea agreement where the defendant chooses to plead no contest to an added charge of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer. In exchange, several other charges, including trespassing and additional counts, are dismissed, showing how plea deals can significantly reduce potential consequences. The judge carefully explains what a no contest plea means, making sure the defendant understands that it will be treated the same as a guilty plea during sentencing and that he is giving up his right to a trial. The defendant confirms he is acting voluntarily, without any pressure or promises beyond the agreement. After reviewing the police report and confirming a factual basis, the court accepts the plea and schedules sentencing, while also ordering a pre-sentence investigation. This moment highlights how important it is for defendants to fully understand their rights before entering a plea that can impact their future. Question: do you think defendants fully understand the consequences of a no contest plea? If you enjoy real courtroom moments like this, Like the video and subscribe for more courtroom stories.